Samia Nkrumah, you are you lead an organisation that looks at, that takes a Pan-African approach. Is it too broad brush? Africa is 55 countries. Is it possible to have a Pan-African position?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. We are 54 countries. We are diverse, but we are used to that diversity. Many languages, many cultures, and we've always managed that very well. Because don't forget, before colonialism, we were empires. We were huge empires. The Mali Empire, the Ghana Empire, after which modern Ghana became named when we became independent, the Songhai Empire. So we are used to big empires. And we are used to diversity of religions, cultures. That is true. But that is our strength, because it has been demonstrated that we can live together and develop together in peace. All the limited conflicts and wars that we've suffered have been traced to the resource question. You know, fighting over resources, over inequality, over a perception that, you know, there is not much fairness. And of course, they've been fueled by outside interests in Africa and this whole scramble of Africa.
Indeed. I mean, this is a conference on multilateralism and how it should be contributing to security, peace, development, all motherhood and apple pie. Who could disagree with that? But what do you expect from those outside of Africa in securing this wonderful peace and security?
Okay, these gatherings are very important because I believe great things have happened out of friendship. Friendship between peoples and trying to find a common ground. Because of course we have different interests, we have different motives, but we can always find something we agree upon. And if we are here because we want a harmonious development of the world, different continents, different peoples, progressing and working together without exploitation, without marginalization, with fairness, then we are here, I think, for a very good reason. And you know, you have to think things before they happen. So it's a certain consciousness that we are striving for. And those of us who are campaigning for and promoting the unification of Africa, it is of great interest to us to find out how other people, other nations can relate to that. We would need the support of progressive forces throughout the world in our quest for unification. We were aided, let's say, and supported by progressive forces during our struggle for independence, the struggle to defeat colonialism. I believe it received a boost because there were key forces around the world that said, yes, Africans must be free, politically free. We've gained our political independence, but now we are working towards gaining our economic independence, freedom from poverty, and the freedom to decide how to manage our economies and control over our resources, over our economies, and basically over our destinies. We are saying that one way to gain that control and make sure that our policies work in the interests of our people is if we unite, because unity will give us that full sovereignty that will make it possible for Africa to develop harmoniously.
We look at investment. There is, like you say, very serious investment in Africa, particularly in the race for resources. And China has been very much hands-on. Some question whether this is the right approach. There's a question of whether this has given rise to very serious indebtedness, that African countries haven't been able to negotiate the best conditions. What is good investment? What does it look like?
good investment is one that is not exploitative. And to achieve that, of course, you need very strong negotiators. We welcome foreign investment, always. We always have. But that investment must not be at the expense of the well-being of the people of Africa. So what we are saying is this: if African states are united and negotiate together with other countries, then we will be in a stronger position to get better deals. There is strength in that unity. So we want to achieve that unity so that we can get better deals and so that we are not cheated in a manner that is happening sometimes in the case of some deals which we end up agreeing to, which we know are not very favorable to us. For example, we are getting very little from our minerals, very little of the revenue. So there are things we have to work at, but it's only unity that will put us in that position. And, you know, there's always been a scramble for Africa. I mean, it's been going on for centuries. So it's not only China, it's many, many other countries. But the onus is on us to negotiate for better deals, really. You know, this is a continent which is abundant in wealth. We know it, the whole world knows it. And that potential for creating wealth for everybody, for us and others, is there. Our main job is to make sure it works for our people too, and not just for investors, or not primarily for investors, but also for the people of the land.